In today's video, I'm talking green screen. Now, I've been using it more and more as a way to liven up work, personal, and of course, YouTube videos. Either by varying backgrounds to place yourself anywhere in the world, or adding fun but actually quite simple effects such as cloning. So we, are going to show you what you need to start adding green screen effects to your videos, and without spending a fortune doing it. You can even do the whole thing on your phone with free software. So if you're unsure what green screen shooting means, the basic principle involves filming a person in front of a solid colour, and then by digitally removing or keying out that specific colour during editing, you can replace the background with an alternative image or video. Now, you'll likely have seen pre-edit footage of major movies where they film epic action scenes in front of green walls and then add incredible actual or computer-generated backgrounds during the edit so that you, the audience, are transported to incredible situations while the actors never leave the studio. Now, in case you've ever wondered, green is the most common colour choice for the simple reason that people are not green. So therefore you're unlikely to accidentally remove your subject from your image during editing. However, if your subject has to wear green, then it's perfectly possible to use alternative colours in the background, such as blue or yellow. But anyway, back to the equipment and how you can start making green screen videos yourself. Firstly, let's start with my setup. Now, as you can see, I'm clearly not on a beach in the Balearics, but I'm in fact at home in our garage/games room, and it's about 5 degrees outside. Now, let me talk you through the necessary components to make this work. First of all, you need a green background. Now, this particular one I'm using is from Amazon and is a pull-up unit measuring 2 meters high and 2.2 meters wide. Now, the advantages of this unit are that it can be used anywhere. It folds away into a solid box, and most importantly, the unit keeps the green screen nice and taut, which is really important, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. The potential downside is that it is expensive, costing over £150. Now, for me, I felt the advantages outweighed the disadvantages and justified the cost. However, you don't need to spend that kind of money. For less, you can get a pull-down version, which still guarantees a nice, smooth, wrinkle-free surface. However, you will need to put hooks into ceilings or walls to suspend it, limiting where you're actually going to use it. Alternatively, you can just get a green sheet, which eBay and Amazon are full of, such as this one. It actually works really well and can be used anywhere you can hang it. There are even kits which include a frame to hang it off and clips to pull it tight, so you should definitely consider this as an inexpensive option. Still effective though. I've mentioned a smooth, wrinkle-free finish a few times, and that's to do with light. You see, you need to light up your green screen well and evenly. The more consistent the colour, the easier it is for the editing software to pick it out and remove it. If there are creases, then there'll be shadows. And then you won't just have one green colour, you'll have loads, and that won't look good. For example, this screen behind me is bright and consistent, whereas the sheet is darker and creased. So if I turn on the green screen effect, you'll see the finish is not the same across the different greens. However, of course, having two green sources does allow for a bit of fun, even if they are different shades, such as my Harry Potter style invisibility-ish cloak. Anyway, back to the lighting. The best way to light your green screen is from as many directions as possible to get that colour consistent, though that might not always be possible. Now, I bought 2 LED strip lights, and I'm lighting mine from the sides at 45-degree angles, each pointing to around a third of the way across the screen, which works pretty well in lighting the whole area evenly. I'll put a link to every piece of equipment I'm mentioning in this video in the description below, by the way. The third option for your green screen is the free option, where you literally just stand in front of the biggest television you can find and display a consistently green image. It's always going to be perfectly lit, although you are limited to head and shoulder shots. But have a go, it's a great way to test the water. If I step away, this is a 65-inch television displaying a YouTube video which I've put up for you to have a go with, which is just 1 hour of uninterrupted green screen. If you click on this link up here, maybe wait until the end of the video and come back, it's also in the description, you can have a go and see if you think green screen's for you. Now, Whichever green screen solution you use and however you light it, you will definitely need a separate light on your subject, as you need to create the right kind of lighting to complement the image which you're planning to add during the edit. For example, if you place yourself in a nice sunset situation, then it will look a bit odd having a bright white light shining in your face. A warmer light will be far more in context, such as this one. Plus, you need to consider where the light is coming from on your background. If I go back to the white light, then the light is coming at me from the front, which is fine if the background supports this. However, if your background actually includes the sun in shot, then lighting the subject from the front just looks odd because there's a light behind and a light in front. So have a play with this when you're filming your own content and choose carefully. Now remember, if you're using the TV green screen option, then your subject lighting must be at an angle to avoid being visible as a reflection on the TV screen. Now once you have a green screen and your lighting is correct, you then need to consider the position of your subject. Ideally, you want your subject to be as far away as possible from the green screen. Now the reason for this is that the closer you get, the more likely some of the light being shone onto the green screen will light the back of you, potentially causing the effect to not be as neat a separation and the result looking very clearly like a green screen effect, which you're trying to avoid. I'm currently as far away as I can get right now from my green screen because there's a pool table in the way, but I find this distance of around 1 metre works really well. Now once you have your footage, you then need to edit it. Now I use Final Cut Pro on Apple Mac, but you can create the green screen effect on most editing software, including free software on your iPhone or iPad. Now, sorry Android users, I'm afraid I don't know what software is available for you, but I'm sure there'll be an equivalent and I would encourage you to have a look on your App Store. Now on iPhone or iPad you use iMovie, which is a free download from the App Store, and I'll very quickly show you how easy it is to edit a small clip on an iPad. Editing blue screen on an iPhone or iPad really couldn't be easier. You download and install the iMovie app, launch it. When you launch it, if you've never used it before, we'll say no projects here. If you used it before, your projects will be shown there. You can either Magic Movie, where it will create a movie using your own content. You can Storyboard, where it uses predefined templates to create maybe a trailer. And then you've got Movie, which we're going to do. So if you click on Movie, it will bring up your recent content from your Photos app. But you need to start with the background, because when you create a blue screen image, you have to put the background in before you add your subject on the foreground. So we'll choose this blue background here. So click on it and then down to Create Movie. So if you had another photo you wanted to use or a video, then you would install it here. Now I'm going to click on that picture and I can put my cursor on the yellow end and then I can just drag it and make it longer. Because what we need is for this clip to be longer than the clip we're about to add. Because if you try and add a 50-second clip in front of a 6-second background, it's not going to work. So put your background in and then you need to add the subject in the foreground. So you go up to plus. Again, it will bring up the options of either your video, your photos, but it won't give you a preview this time until you click on moments. There's my latest footage. So I'm going to click on something I've edited, which is the intro to this video. So if I then click, you can either plus, where it will just add it, play, or it will preview it, or if you click on the 3 dots, you've got the various options, the way you can install it as an edit. We're going to go straight down to green blue screen and then just click on it. And then it drops that clip in and automatically uses the green on the screen and adds the background. In today's video, I'm talking green screen. Now I've been using it more and more. And that's it. It's as simple as that. Thanks for watching to the end. And remember, the link to the green screen background for your TV, as well as links to all the equipment I've referenced in today's video, is in the description below. Happy filmmaking, and I'll see you on the next video, wherever that may be.